We are a tech-enabled lead generation agency that really helps businesses grow through demand gen strategies. We do a lot of really high-end creative work, and we do a lot of data analysis. Everything we do is really focused around performance. We're all about driving results for our clients. I run the North American team. We also have a European team, and we're basically a kind of a tight-knit group of misfits. We have designers, editors, animators, videographers, producers, and their backgrounds are all very diverse. We have some people coming in from film and TV, other people coming in from advertising and marketing, even video games. I have one guy that used to work on a kid show that was all puppets, that was very, very well received, is very well respected. So we have this kind of very interesting group of people coming together to do all this work, which kind of gives us a unique approach to the way we handle things. But at the end of the day, really, our job is to take the strategies that are developed by the organization and the various teams, and they land on our plate, and we bring them to life. And we do that through ideation, creative execution, and really we're focusing on the performance side of things. And at the end of the day, we are mostly doing video content for paid social. So that's Instagram, Reels, TikTok, things like that. I won't go into the nuts and bolts of it. I won't bore you with that stuff. But really what it comes down to is 3 pillars. The first one is performance. We focus on creative that delivers. It has to engage, it has to drive results, and at the end of the day, it has to really do what match our clients' goals and expectations. The second one, and this is really underrated, is speed. We have to move fast, very fast. We have to get the products, the assets created, we have to get them into the market, we have to see how they do, and then we can revise our strategy based on the data and the learnings that we get. The only way we can do that is if we do it quickly. And then finally is, the third pillar is really quantity. We have a ton of clients and they have a lot of different strategies happening at once to see what works. So we're doing a mountain worth of creative development at any one time, and it becomes a lot of juggling in the air, and you have to make sure that it's all coming together at the end to move the needle. So that's kind of our main workflow. We have to do it good, we have to do it fast, and we have to do a lot of it. We're a growing company, just sort of like yours, and we are finding that with growth of the company, success of our clients, and this isn't necessarily a bad thing, is that you get more work and you get more complex work and you get bigger asks. And what we were seeing is just these requests coming in that were requiring more and more and more and more, and don't have the ability to scale up your team super quickly. And so we were looking at various technology solutions that could help us manage all these requests and sort of take some things off of our plate. At the time when I started, everybody was just working on sort of older MacBooks, and we were just rendering out these hundreds, if not thousands, of video assets every week on these like 5-year-old MacBooks. And I swear there's been a couple times where I've seen smoke billowing out of one because there's a 200 file render queue lining up. And so we said, okay, let's look at our technology as one way to sort of get ahead of all of these new requests that were coming in. We were really starting to feel the pinch of our render. We were rendering out so many files, and we knew that we had to somehow upgrade our technology. The first thing we did, we kind of looked at like our own hardware, and do we invest in like getting all the new stuff and getting, building our own render farm, and all that stuff gets very expensive, and you also sort of need someone to manage it. You can't set it and forget it. And it just seemed like a bigger, we're trying to make our lives easier, and that seemed like just a more complex undertaking. So we kind of said, let's put that one to the back burner. So then we looked at sort of like remote desktops, because people were recommending them, but they were very problematic. Every time that we would log in, oftentimes it wouldn't have software installed, so we'd have to go in and install the software. We would have to input our own licenses, which was problematic because now the people think you're running multiple licenses on machines, but really you're not doing that. You just want to get the renders done faster. We Looked at a few that were kind of cloud-based renderers that were a little bit closer to what Plainly does, but they were really kind of raw. A lot of times you'd have to like build scripts. They just didn't feel like they were easy to kind of get into and use. And I have a lot of creative people. They don't want to be sitting there scripting or going into command line to get something done. We were looking everywhere, and we were trying anything and everything that might have a solution for us, and really it didn't look good at all. The stuff we were doing just didn't have a solution for it quite yet. We were looking everywhere for anything that could work, and through this kind of research we just got lucky and came across Plainly, and it was a bit of a shock because it was designed specifically for After Effects, this one program that is our core bread and butter. And so when we got in there, we saw that there was a level of sophistication and maturity. The platform seemed like it was already kind of built and running smoothly for years. And I could see very quickly that it had advanced features for our more senior designers to take advantage of. But at the same time, if I had someone who was a junior and an intern, they could get up to speed very, very quickly. We were very pleasantly surprised that we came across it. So yeah, that's how we decided to give it a shot. The onboarding went great. Really, I got to say that the Plainly team really felt like they were just like on our side the whole time. It felt like just a natural extension of our own team. They were very flexible to our needs and what we were looking for, and they never really rolled their eyes at us when we were asking dumb questions, and we asked a lot of dumb questions. At this point, we've actually taken all the stuff that they've given us and we've passed it on to our teams, both our European team and our North American team, and kind of word for word kind of brought them all along. So now we've fully integrated Plainly into our workflow based on initial onboarding and implementation, and everybody is up to speed and it's working well. I don't want you guys to think I'm blowing sunshine, or I don't want you guys to get a big head over this stuff, but really it did exceed our expectations big time. The fact that the automation tool is built for After Effects really means that our entire creative teams, both here and in Europe, can take advantage of it without any compromise. So we know that our expressions will work, and we know that the layout won't shift around, and we know that the renders will come out as we design them to come out. And that just makes our life so much easier. And then you start looking at some of the other features where you have this ability to dynamically update every asset in the comp via a CSV file. And it just opens up all these possibilities. We were kind of hoping for just a text update because we could render out 1,000 different assets for all the little small towns all over Italy, and we'd have to update the names for each one of them. And that was going to be fine by us. But having the ability to update the background, update the music, update the voiceover, update graphics, now we can really get into extreme granular approaches to how we want to optimize these things. And it's all done within the platform. It's not like we're doing it manually. The final thing, and this was the thing that was jamming us up, was that we get to render this stuff somewhere else, over there, far away. It does it all. And our MacBooks don't catch on fire. So for all these reasons, it just sort of like hit so many notes right off the bat, and we've been, singing its praises since. Plainly has given us a reliable, easy to use tool that handles all the not so sexy parts of creative development. And what that does, it frees up my team to really focus in on what they're good at, which is moving the needle for clients, creating great creative, and not render wrangling all day long or waiting for a render queue to go through. They take care of all the sort of the boring stuff. We get to do the sexy stuff, and everybody's a lot happier because of it. I will say this with the utmost certainty, and I'm telling you because we did the research and we didn't find anything close that tackles After Effects automation specifically better than this product. It is light years ahead of anything else that's out there. And you often hear business owners say, we really just want technology to help us run our business better. Like, this is it. This is what you do to run your business better. You partner with a company like Planly. They take care of a lot of the things that you don't want to take care of, and you work in tandem, and it's awesome.